What is up, YouTube? So this is a series I'm going to be doing all month of October. It's me watching a Wildeye film, me talking about the Wildeye film, giving it a little bit of review and whatnot. I'm going to try to get it 31. I'm not good at doing this. Like, when I set a goal like this, I kind of screwed up, but it's what it is. I'll do what I can, and at the end of the month, I might put a ranking list of what Wildeye was the best film. Anywho, so nowhere else to begin than the beginning, I guess. I started with a movie called Trigger. Oh yeah, and during these reviews, I'm going to be drinking a beer because, god damn, some of these movies are bad. But yeah, let's do this. So, Triggered. I'm going to be placing the picture right there. You'll see it somewhere on the screen. Anyway, the movie came out in 2019. Shoot. I'll read the synopsis for you. An overbearing social justice warrior and her friend fake an attack by a legendary serial killer for a little attention, but the plan backfires when this triggers the real killer to resurface and go after them and begin stalking students on their college campus. Oh my god, they were in college this whole time? Huh, maybe if I read the synopsis. I literally thought they were in high school. Just because of some of the stuff that happened in it, it felt like high school. Like, the principal's office. Yeah, that felt high school, not college. But anyway, let's get to it. The whole show don't tell kind of thing happened in the beginning. I don't really like it when they just tell the story of the past and like all the stuff that's happening. Let's see the action. At least Screen does an opening kill. And oh wait, hold on. This show don't tell was an opening kill. Yeah, it's kind of bad. The acting was really bad. It's like you think the murders from 30 years ago and last week are connected, and it's weird. The story kind of had a lot of holes. And there is one scene at the beginning. My god. They're on the couch, they're talking, they're chatting, blah, 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 doing their thing. They're doing homework and stuff. The camera points to her. There's a lamp. The camera points to her. There's another lamp. It's like, oh my god, at least match the lamps in the damn living room or something here. Like, yeah, that's just one little thing that triggered me. You see what I did there? Triggered. Yeah, well, it was annoying. And then there's some continuity errors in the beginning. Her little sister does a jump scare to her, and she goes and tucks her in bed. But when she walks in the room, the door's open and the camera cuts and the door's closed. There's no, yeah. The camera has a weird panning at this scene. Like, the camera, like, pans and goes, nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. It was very weird. It felt very forced pan. That was odd. It was shaky at points. Sometimes it did get a little unfocused. The audio wasn't great. It was almost like they were doing what I do and use the audio off of the phone. Yeah, you see there? I did that. Yeah. I'm going to be getting a microphone someday, so we'll get one soon. Yeah, my voice is still raspy. I'm sorry, I'm still a little under the weather, but I had to get this video out there for you guys. Yeah, I got my notes right here, so I'm reading my notes. Deal with it. The acting. Oh my god, do I even have to start? Like, it was so bad, but I think they were trying to make it bad on purpose. Like, after the opening kill, 3 girls are sitting in a room. Okay, so I think they're supposed to be in the library. I'm not quite sure. This whole movie, like the outside, it kind of looks like a high school. But when they're in the school, it literally looks like they're filming in a church. So, the library had the social justice warrior girl, and she starts doing her rant to these three Jesus loving girls and whatnot. And like, it was pretty cringy on that, just the rant itself. Like, I thought it was funny at some points because it was over the top and amazing, but the cringy part was like all the girls had wigs on. I swear to God, they all had wigs on. I will try to put a picture of them right here. And it was really bad. Like, wow, bad. Okay. So, I kind of jumped ahead in my notes a little bit, but in the opening kill, they made it sound like there's one killer. So when the girl was being chased, she ran into the bathroom. I don't know why girls have to run to the bathroom, but there's another door, and the door was moving, like closing slowly. But then the killer came from the other side. So is it, what's going on? Is it paranormal? Are there two killers? Are they doing a scream here? What the hell are they doing? You know, you don't know. And then, oh my God, I don't know how I skipped this in my head. I made the joke about it. The title card was so pixelated. I will try to show a picture of that right here. It was so bad, that title card was. So then back to where I'm at, like, all that was just bad. So then, wow, there's some things I just don't remember. Apparently Virgil is blind. I don't remember what that was about, but yeah. Wait, so this is another thing. Social justice warrior, her best friend is gay. He has the hots for the jock. This is why it felt like high school. It did not feel like college. So the jock, they're in the bathroom, right? And God, I am terrible with their names. I'm so sorry. The best friend, the gay guy, he is peeing at the urinal. And then the jock skips over the urinals. You know the urinal code. Come on. Doesn't matter about your sexuality. You know the urinal code. If there is one person peeing at the right one and there are at least four, you leave space in between. It's a given. He literally goes right next to him, and then the best friend just kind of looks at him, and the jock looks back, and he's like, ooh, and moves. It's like, bro, you did that. Get over it. And then the mother herself, after that, it cuts scenes again. It goes to the daughter, the social justice warrior. She's talking to her mom. Her mom has an accent, which I think we can answer that to the fact that her mom is an actor. She's a B horror film actress. And she has a really over-the-top accent, and her daughter doesn't. So that's a little odd. And there's just Ian. That's the best friend's name. I got the notes right there. Anyway, Ian. Back to him. Oh my God. I'm gonna try to screen grab this picture or show the scene, but I'm gonna put it right here and I'm gonna talk about it. They had this hugging scene. All three of them hug, and Ian's face is like, I don't know. I can't even do it. It's just so bad. It was funny because I laughed when I saw his face in the hug. And when Ian goes home, it's his birthday. And if you take a little peek right here, this movie is connected to the MCU. There's Groot. He's in there. Yeah, they did that. They have a Groot. And then Kelly. That's the main girl. She's on this whole kick about genders and whatnot. And she wears terrible wigs in the beginning of the movie. Later on, it's like she just scrapped the wigs. But there's one scene, I'm going to place it right here. Hopefully I can do this. And she just like literally sexually assaulted this dude. And he kind of let her. Because he didn't put up a fight. So that was a little weird. Because she's all, rape culture and all that. She does that in the whole movie. But she does it to him, basically. And there was it's like, I guess this makes more sense that it's a college and not a high school. Their clothing, their dress codes were very scampy. So that makes a little bit more sense if it's a college, but God, it really felt like a high school. And like she literally admits in the movie that she just wants attention. Like that's all she wants. She don't care about anything. She just wants attention. She don't care about cause or anything. So she gives Ian this gift card to the Cheesecake Factory, I guess. And it's in an envelope and it's already open, and that is just, it's like, did they retake the shot like twice and just didn't want to use a different envelope? Or what? But it's just little things like that were catching my eye. And then she does this one thing where she's like filled of toxic masculinity. And then the coach is like, I don't know what that means. I mean, he was literally coaching the boys team of, I think there were 2 guys out there. I don't know. But anyway, like there's not many actors or actresses in this film. Other in the bathroom, she did this whole, because she's a social justice warrior and she don't want body shaming and all this shit. And she had them put up these papers on top of the mirrors, right, in the bathroom, so no one can see their faces and blah, blah, blah. It's cheesy, it's bad, it's terrible. It's like, take down the damn mirrors if you don't want the mirrors in the bathroom. But here's the best part. The 2 girls were mad and talking smack on her because she took the mirrors away. They can't flip under the papers and look in the mirror. They have to use a little hand mirror, right? But the camera, while it's filming them, you can see this big ass mirror on the door. And it's just chilling there. It's like, use that damn mirror right there, girl. What are you talking about? There's no mirrors. They didn't cover up that mirror. But yeah, it's whatever. And then there's lines like, do some research, and the person's like, where? And she's like, not my job. It's really just, I feel like they didn't try some of the script. They just kind of just went, yeah, okay, that works. And then when the first kill happens, when Kelly kills the girl with the wig, it was just so bad. And I just kind of cringed on the kill. Like, I love a good cheesy kill. Don't get me wrong. I watch a lot of horror films. I love a cheesy kill. This one was just really bad at that. And she just, yeah. Then she grabs Ian, basically, like, Ian, get off that church pew. Yeah, it was a church pew that he was sitting on in a college. Anyway, she, like, makes him come in there. Now he's an associate to murder or whatever. Anyway, so he's there. And she's cleaning up the mess. But I forgot to mention, Wig Girl has another friend who's in the bathroom, too. And she was hiding in the stall, and she recorded all this on her phone. And this girl does not look like she needs to be in college. She almost looks like she needs to be the teacher. We'll get back to her. Maybe. Do we get back to her? Yeah, we do. Then there's this one scene where they do this split screen. I'll try to post it right here. They do this split screen, and they're talking back and forth out the bathroom, and it was just really cheesy, and you didn't need it. It was unnecessary. So they go on, and she does this little montage or whatever of her talking about how she became famous, I guess, or famous in her head. I don't know. People started liking her and taking pictures of her, and she quit wearing the stupid wigs, and she got the attention she wanted. But all in all, they kept reminding you there is a killer on the loose. There is a killer, because what they did is they grabbed this chick. They managed to get her to Kelly's house because this chick's dead, right? They take her to her house. They throw her on the bed. All this cheesiness happens. And then, this is why the girl gets all TikTok famous. She does this whole setup. It makes it look like the murderer came there and attacked them. Yeah. And then, like, when they were stabbing each other, one part, she's like, ow, my tit, or my boobie, or something. It was laughable. And she gets, like, this scratch on her face. And this is why it almost feels like the time frame is off on this movie. Like, it's just so bad. Like, they're in the hospital doing their thing because they have all their wounds and everything. And the mom does a shameless little plug during the interview, of course, because the mom's an actress. She wants you to remember she's an actress. And then the detective, who looks the same damn age as these kids, has a very bad accent too, and he looks like a drunk. And I think they're trying to make him look like a drunk detective, but they did a really bad job. It looks like a kid going to his first job interview. It was bad. It was terrible. He looked like a job interview guy. Then Ian shows Kelly, like, okay, I'm going to backtrack a little. After the hospital scene, it does that little montage I was talking about of Kelly and all her TikTok famousness. But she doesn't have the scar. Ian is acting fine from all his stab wounds, and I guess her stab in her chest is all good. It's like they didn't even happen. So Ian shows Kelly that the jock is on Tinder or their whatever fake dating app. And the jock is slowly progressing into the more gay character, which is fine, because he might have been a closet gay, and that's fine. I'm not saying it's not. But when you first meet him, he's with the girl, which could be a cover, and he's with that girl that gets murdered in the bathroom, and he's totally like, yeah, Anyway, so after she's dead, it's like weight was lifted off his shoulders, and he was able to become more gay. Anywho. The jock and Ian are doing a report, and Ian doesn't have a partner. and the jock's partner is a druggie, I guess. And that druggie is the same one that Kelly assaulted earlier in the film. He's a druggie, he's a deadbeat, he doesn't do jack shit. So Ian and the jock decide, hey, yeah, we're going to totally be partners. So then it cuts to Kelly driving Ian to the jock's house. And she does this whole thing where she's talking about, let's do another murder, we need more, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so Ian's at the jock's house now. He knocks, the jock's there, and he's like, hey. And the jock's friend is there. They're working out. Oh, yeah. And the druggie's like, what's he doing here? And they're like, oh, we're going to study, blah, blah, blah. And then the druggie one leaves, and Ian and the jock walk back in the room. And then the druggie one gets outside, and he gets killed by the killer. Because remember, there's a serial killer in this movie. And Kelly's talking to the principal about BS, because I guess the principal was the lone survivor of the original killings. Yeah, that was a thing. And then the jock's like, he's back. We're going back to the jock and Ian. The whole Kelly thing was stupid. It don't matter. So Jock and Ian, Jock's like, I gotta take a shower real fast, and he goes to take a shower, and he comes out and he's butt ass naked. And he tells Ian to take off his shirt because he needs more clothes, and he's like, take off your pants. And Ian's like, I'm not wearing any underwear. And Jock's like, neither am I. Ooh la la. So the jock is gay. They're doing their thing, trying on clothes, and the jock's dad gets home and hollers at them to help him unload the groceries, which I think we're in the tailgate of a vehicle, and I'll get back to it. Anyway, so they're helping him. The dad gets killed by the killer, and they run inside and hide, and they hit the killer with a lamp, probably, I think it was, or it might have been a bat. No, it was a baseball bat. And instead of unmasking the killer, and by the way, the killer totally looks like a dude under this costume. Anyway, so they go outside and they're like, oh no, we forgot the keys. And the car they're at is the same one the dad was driving and the groceries were in. So wouldn't the keys be on the dad's body that's outside by the car? Yeah, they didn't think that one through. So the dad is dead out there. The jock's like, I forgot the keys. He goes inside. Oh my god, the killer's moved. Oh wow, amazing. Who saw that coming? Not me. Anywho, Kelly shows up and Ian's like, oh my god, why'd you do that? I didn't text you. I didn't tell you to do any of that. Blah, blah, blah. She's like, it wasn't me. I just got here. Because I never got a text from you. And then the killer pops out and chases them and chases her inside. And scene cuts. Kelly's back in the hospital. The cop detective, he's like, we need to stop meeting like this. Or some shit like that. And yeah, that happened. And then she wants protection, Kelly does, but the funny thing is, this whole movie, she's trying to act like she's a strong, independent woman, but she wants protection. She's scared of the killer, because I guess she knows she pissed the killer off. And then it cuts to the jock being babied by Ian. This is where it seems like it travels through time a little bit again. Because now the jock's shoulder's fine because he's thrusting on Ian. Oh yeah, there were notes throughout the movie of like, I know what you did, I know what you did. And they thought it was the killer, but it was actually that black girl that was in the bathroom. And she was going to blackmail them. Yeah, that happened. There's a blackmail in this. Did she die? Maybe she died. I don't know. This movie was so forgettable. People die. Kelly is upset now. Kelly kills Jock's mom, Jock, and is chasing Ian. Ian's doing his own running. And Kelly's mom kills the cop. Forgot that one. That one first happened. So Kelly's mom killed the cop with the frying pan. Then hit him again and killed him eventually. Ian ran off to the Jock's house. And the Jock's like, oh my god, I don't want any of this. I just want to hook up. And then Kelly, am I saying Kelly? Her name might be Callie. It might be Callie. Anyway, she kills the mom. She apparently has keys to every house in this damn movie. She kills the mom, and then she goes and kills the Jock, and Ian's running and everything. He eventually makes it to the principal's house, which throughout this movie, I feel like this was like a college film almost, which is fine, but there was a lot of background crap going on. Like, you could see cars traveling through the highways and everything. One of the houses literally had freaking Christmas lights on it, so I don't know when the hell this movie was filmed. They go inside, I guess, or something. Kelly attacks the principal, or Callie attacks the principal. Principal is doing that, the slow, she can't move and all this shit. And then Ian and Callie are fighting, as she's like, we could have done blah, 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 all that jack. And then they fall, and I know they did this shit on purpose, but she gets stabbed by Ian, and she's legit moaning this whole time. She's like, like, she likes being stabbed. It turns her on. That's whatever. So it's like she literally has a knife orgasm. Whatever. And then throws her off. The killer comes, and the principal eventually kills the killer because she's doing that slow walk, like, oh, I'm so hurt, it's gonna take me forever to get here. So she does that shit. It's revealed that the killer is the mom, which I think it kind of was already revealed when she killed the cop. But back to what I was saying earlier, when there was that chase scene, you could clearly tell it was a guy in the costume. But whatever, I know Scream doesn't use the same actors and actresses in theirs, so I'll let that one slide. They do one last jump scare. Still up from Scream, guys. Way to go. She dies, and then at the end, you see Ian and the principal, like, chatting with the cops and all that shit. So, that's my little rundown and review. Well, that's like the rundown of the movie. My review of the movie, you kind of got it. The movie was shit. I mean, it could have been good. It could have been on that old cheesy factor, but there were sometimes it didn't feel like they were wanting to go cheesy and they wanted to go serious. But out of 5 beers, this movie gets 1 beer. I was very triggered during this film. Legit, I watched it in 2 days. It was so goddamn boring. I fell asleep during half of it. But yeah, that was Triggered. Came out in 2019. It's Wildeye. Wildeye doesn't always release great films, but come out with a lot of movies. Wildeye is one I would love to start getting more films of and having some fun watching these and doing some better video editing and more beers with it, I guess. I don't know. It'd be fun to do more stuff with Wildeye. Yeah, you hear me, Wildeye? Holla at your boy. I could do some stuff with your films. I won't shit on all of them. Because, I mean, Velocipaster, come on. You know, that's an amazing film. Yeah. So, like and subscribe. This video was a little long, I know. Maybe I'll shorten them up a little bit later on. But, yeah. Enjoy. Peace.